People who don't sleep naked, why? Woman. Blood. It's cold and washing clothes is easier than washing sheets. Yes. I am cold. I can't believe I had to scroll so far to see this. Had to wade through so much ducking menstrual blood and pre-cum and shit and piss and sweat and vaginal discharge to get to cold. It took you blood, sweat and tears. And cum. Don't forget cum. So much cum. Got kids. Underwear are to protect the world from my ass. I was like 14 and we were visiting my stepmom's bachelor father. In his early 60s at that point. Dude was a bachelor for the last 30 years. Was used to walking around butt-ass naked, of course. So it's morning, I wake up before family, go to find some breakfast and am faced with naked grandpa in all his glory, right there in the hallway walking from the kitchen to the bedroom. He looks at me and says breakfast is coming up. Making bacon and eggs, coffee is on the pot, just be a minute. I remember standing there and the only real thought that crossed my mind was, how can he walk around like that without being in pain from his balls slapping into the sides of his knees like that? Holy shit. Cooking bacon while naked. That's a ducking serious power move right there. The man was an Olympic weightlifter in his prime. Got pictures of him and Arnold lifting, pretty cool. He fears no oil splatter. Post a pic of them together? I love retro stuff and that's super cool. My grandpa was in med school with Walter Freeman, the rockstar lobotomist. He was an ass of a person, apparently. He also knew Kevorkian, aka Dr. Death. Wish I was in possession of it. It was framed on his gym wall. This happened before cell phones, so I got nothing but memories of it. What if it tears an earthquake in the middle of night and I have to run? My uncle used to sleep naked. Until his trailer caught fire in the middle of the night and he had to run butt-ass naked to some old woman's house and convince her to open the door or call 911. Didn't help that he's a gun guy, so all his ammo was firing in the background. I was a kid when this happened. The whole idea just makes me nervous. There are major motion pictures with less going on than this post. If a movie doesn't at least have a naked uncle screaming while a bullet-laced fire is leaping around behind him, I don't want to see it. Well, I've got some good news for you about Doctor Strange too. Love that Benedict Dundersnatch. Anytime I do, my kid will need me or a pet is going to get into some chaos until I get out of bed. Nothing like running into a kid room to make the hand bucket to catch vomit. I can't sleep naked at all because of kids. You never know when you need to be up and running, literally running. This is why every room in my house has a small trash can. Because sometimes you gotta catch vomit. This is pro tip that somehow applies equally to alcoholics, parents, and pet owners. Bravo! Also, you know, people who find convenient trash cans convenient. Because the tip of my dick touching the bedding drives me insane. Agreed. I told my girlfriend it feels like my dick is paintbrushing the bed. Wet dreams are happy little accidents. They're parties you're not invited to but still have to clean up afterwards. It makes me feel too vulnerable. Even though I'm totally safe, I just feel too exposed. Right? It's like all these motherfuckers casually sleeping with an hand or foot off the bed. That's how it gets you. I put my extremities off the bed to assert dominance. Apex predators sleep with their cocks hanging over the side of the bed. I slept naked for a long time and I was always waking up hot or cold. Pajamas fixed the issue. There was also that time a drunk neighbor broke in and took the blankets off me and tried to kiss me. Edit, here's how it went down. We were friends with the neighbor and would hang out on the back patio smoking. Would walk to the wing place and eat. He would always go to his place to use the bathroom. One night he used ours and took the opportunity to unlock the front door that nobody used. He asked to borrow my roommate's phone and she agreed and just told him to leave it on the porch when he was done. At about 5 a.m. I woke up with no covers on and he was whispering in my ear to kiss him just once. I grabbed the Renaissance Fest battle axe by my bed and swung and he ran. I went out of my room and my roommate heard the noise and she came out to find me naked with an axe. Then she found her phone in her room. We didn't see him for a week, and when he showed up he was arrested for something drug related and he left his dog on our porch. Eventually we found his mom and gave her the dog. And that's it. That sounds terrifying. It was bizarre for sure. I knew him and I knew he wasn't there to hurt me. But in the moment I grabbed an axe and chased him out. I used to collect Renaissance fair type weapons. My roommate came out and she looks at me naked with an axe and said WTF. Lol, when I'm startled awake I stumble around in a panic, you turn into a ducking barbarian. Roll for initiative ducker. I live in a block of about 100 people each with different sleep patterns. If someone burns toast at 2 o'clock I want to be prepared for when that fire alarm goes off. If you slept naked you just make the emergency sexy. Edit, thank you strangers for the awards. I feel validated. And sexy. Imagine burning your house and seeing your neighbor with the dad bod sack on the same day. I don't want my dog to be nosing at my cooter or my tutor. Used to sleep naked until my cat chomped on a ball. Very rude awakening. No damage, but now boxer briefs keep the dangly bits from dangling in my sleep. My cat bit my nipple ring straight out of my nipple. I wasn't sleeping naked, in a tank top, but I twisted out of my shirt and he saw shiny. What a fun way to wake up. Ha. We lost him to osteosarcoma in 2018, almost a decade after the nip-nop incident, and it let him rip my other nipple in half if it meant he didn't get cancer. So sorry to hear that. The old ball biter has outlived his brother who died young, fugging cat kidneys, but Captain Cantankerous over here is almost 12 and still chases the chihuahuas around the house like he was still a kitten. The mean ones live forever, so it seems. I'm glad to hear he still has his spunk. TBH, when I lay on my side and curl my arms sorta against my stomach to sleep, if I'm naked I am basically falling asleep directly grabbing fat rolls on my stomach. If I wear a big soft t-shirt the fat rolls are tucked away better out of sight and I can sleep in denial that they exist. I just hate my boobs sticking together so I tuck the shirt between them. Same. But with my balls. And my inner thigh. And my boxers. I'm prone to sudden bouts of diarrhea. Edit, this is now my top comment, and I couldn't be more ashamed. That's shitty. Out. 1. Period blood is easier to wash out of pajamas than sheets. 2. Mine is a cold and bleak country. 3. Wearing pajamas at night make waking up to a lazy day in pajamas infinitely more likely. I'd rather wake up in the middle of the night to ruined underwear than ruined sheets. At least with the first you can clean up quickly then go back to bed. It's just too cold to sleep naked most nights. If I'm in a humid place without a fan or AC, then I don't want to be sticky all over my bed and then have to change the sheets more often. My boobs like to be cozy at night, and I like wearing silky jammies so that I can wriggle around and create tiny electric sparks in the sheets. Pluses makes me feel like a lady of luxury. But what do you do with all that static in your hair? Static hair is one of the worst feelings for me. It doesn't feel right to sleep naked, it makes me uncomfortable. I've always slept with clothes on. This gets my answer, there has to be something. It can just be a t-shirt, but still I'd need that. Also it's cold naked. Because if there was a fire I wouldn't want to run outside naked. Or if there was an intruder, I wouldn't want them to see me naked either. I don't want a ghost in the butt. That makes one of us. My nightwear gets washed more often than the sheets. If I sleep naked I have to wash the sheets more often. Also my pajamas are softer and more comfortable against my skin than the sheets. Maybe you can afford silk sheets op, but I can't.